Welcome back, everyone, to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Hales Corner Sim Racing League Street Stocks from Lima Speedway, Limaland in Lima, Ohio. These guys just got done with their late model portion of the show. The same at 25 drivers have returned for the Street Stock show. About 3 minutes to go in practice. They'll get ready to do qualifying on top of that. But I wanted to give you guys an update on the points in this series right now. J.J. Schilling, your points leader, 7 points ahead of Nick Sobiek. And Sobiek has 2 points on Reed Rundle, so 9 points from first to third. All 3 drivers in attendance. All 3 drivers ready to do battle once again. Schilling had a good run in the late models just a little bit ago. He finished second to Andy Gross. Good evening, Mr. Nichols. Thank you for the watch party, sir. As always, greatly appreciated. These guys run down through their last couple of minutes of practice. We'll give you a chance to check this out.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, big thank you to the Foleys once again. Invocation and our national anthem. Drivers about to wrap up qualifying here. Reed Rundle, quickest in qualifying, 15.421 seconds. 15.494 for J.J. Schilling. Andy Gross at 15.516. And Blake Johnson, John Burnside, Chris Johnson, Nick Sobiek, Derek Failing, Mark Spittlemeyer, and Ricky Johnson rounding out your top 10 in qualifying. Should have 3 heats. Top 5 from each heat go straight to the feature. We'll pull 5 cars out of the B main. Normally the street stocks do 25 laps for their feature tonight. 35 at the 3/10 of a mile bull ring. We wait for the rest of the qualifying session 2 run out. Still a couple of cars that haven't taken time. Not sure if they're going to or not. I say hi to Tim Nichols. And hello, Gene. There's Mr. Layton again. Guys, don't forget Racecast on your smartphone. Go to your app store, be it Android or Apple, and download Racecast. 6 events tonight, if I remember what I saw posted earlier. Turn 3 also has 3 events going on, as well as Dirt Racing Network. We are on our 3rd broadcast of the evening. Ready to get these guys out here in one of my esteemed league members calls the Mud Turtles. Bring them out here and slop them around a little bit. Should be a pretty good show. These guys really get at it, and these street stocks have a lot of fun with them. This tight little track should be pretty interesting with that big heavy car. Very little horsepower, but should be fun to watch. We're going to have 3 heat races for sure. And we'll get ready to head over to the front stretch. 9 cars scheduled to be in this one. I know there will be 8 for sure, unless Mr. Budzine decides to bring the 77 car out of the mothballs and put it out on the track. On the pole, going to be the 11 car, the Sorens Ford out of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. Ricky Johnson behind the wheel, and on his outside, the RLV Faster Motors VLR number 23 from Big Bend, Wisconsin, Nick Sobiek. Row 2 on the inside, the Kierzik Electric LLC number 00 from Waukesha, Wisconsin, Blake Johnson. On the outside of him, the Buddies Racing Equipment TDC Race Team number 43 from Oxford, Michigan, Reed Rundle. Row 3 inside, the Extreme Speed Cyclone Motorsports number 7 from Caledonia, Wisconsin, Steve Nicholas. And to the outside of him in the 99 going to be Brandon Hull. On the back row on the inside, RJ Tackman, the 67 machine, and on his outside in the 66, Jason Enoch. So 8 cars, top 5 to the feature, everybody else into our B main. Guys, do not be afraid to say hi in the chat. Love to hear from the fans. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you are on Facebook, drop by the Dirt Racing Network on Facebook. Like, share, and follow. On our way to 10,000 followers, and we are getting close. All right, lights off on the pace track. We're going green out of 4. First of 3 heat races. Then our B main and our 35-lap feature to follow. And right now, Ricky Johnson at red, the number 11 car.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. Soviet got a better start on the outside in the 23 car. He may have the lead when we come out of turn 2 right here down the backstretch. And sure enough, by about a car and a half, 2 cars heading into 3 and 4. Nick Sobiek has the lead. Ricky Johnson pinned down on the bottom. Reed Rundle in the 43's got him stuck there right now. Rundle's got his sights set on the back of that pink and black machine. He wants to go up there, maybe win the heat race, give himself a great starting spot into the feature. He is going to power around the outside and take second away from Johnson. Now will Johnson bring the 11 car up the hill? Yes, he does. Finally, here's a battle for fourth. Blake Johnson on the inside of Brandon Hull, the 00 car. Got to move into 3 and 4, and he's got the line. He's going to have the spot coming out. Move Blake Johnson into fourth. Brandon Hull is fifth. Then it's Steve Nicholas, Jason Enoch, and R.J. Tackman. R.J. Tackman with a bold move in the late model race. Late in that one to secure himself a fourth place finish. Struggling in his heat race here in the street stock. Sobiek out in front of Reed Rundle and Ricky Johnson. Those three about evenly spaced, first to second, second to third. Halfway home in heat race number 1. Still Sobiek, Rundle, Johnson, and then Blake Johnson. We have Johnson, Johnson, and Johnson in here. Ricky, Blake, and Chris. And it is fun to keep up with the Johnson boys. But Blake Johnson in fourth. Steve Nicholas, the 7 car, hanging on to fifth. He had a challenge for a second. Brandon Hull. Now here comes Tackman around the top side. Oh, Hall got the car into an infield tractor tire there, and he is going to get that car spun around, facing the right way, but he loses a lot of spots all the way back to 8th. So we get ready to be at 2 to go right here out of turn 4. Rundle's starting to reel in Sobiek now. Got it down to about 2.5 car lengths, maybe a little closer, but time running out. White flag in the air. Nick Sobiek brings them into 3 and 4 for the final time. Last-ditch effort from Rundle, not enough. Sobiek's going to win heat 1. Rundle second, Ricky Johnson, then Blake Johnson. Steve Nicholas will be your 5 transfer cars. We'll see Tackman, Enoch, and Hull in the B main. One down, 2 to go. Heat races. On the pole for heat race number 2, the 15 car of David Kinjerski. And on his outside, the 25, going to be Derek Failing. Row 2, inside, John Burnside. The Burnside Motorsports number 55 out of Franklin, Wisconsin. And on the outside of him in the 1 car, J.J. Schilling. Row 3, inside, Kyle Trito in the 33. That's the Mountain Dew sponsored machine you see back there. And on the outside of him in the Scribble Dub Car Wash, number 8 has a Black Flag Racing entry from Waterford, Wisconsin, Peter Brees. The 4th row on the inside, the 21 of Corey Funk at the outside. The Pride of Tosin, Wauwatosa's own Randy Brenner in the 64 car. And on the back row by himself in the Black Flag Racing, number 10 from West Allis, Wisconsin, Tony Itzkowski. All right, lights off on the pace truck. Green out of 4. Heat race number 2. Kinjerski and Failing.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag's in the air. Good to start. Everybody up high right there coming out of 4. Now they're going to spread out 4 wide into 1 and 2. Fenders bending, paint trading. It looks like Derek Failing will come away with the lead. John Burnside works his way into second. Kinjerski up on the top side. The 15 car is going to hold down third for the moment, but here comes Schilling. Threads the needle between Kinjerski and Trito, and he picked up third right there out of turn 2. And might pick up a little bit of inside action right there as he goes across the track after getting turned off the nose of the 15 car, and Trito pays the price for that. Schilling has third, Kinjerski fourth. Corey Funk, the 21 car, now up to 5th in that final transfer spot. Randy Brunner in the 64 car with damage on the left front already, sitting in 6th. Then Trito, Itzkowski, and Peter Brees already in the infield in that 8 car. Something must be amiss on the 8 machine. We're going to the battle for second, third, and fourth. Burnside, Schilling, and Konjerski. As Failing is starting to check out on these guys. 4 down, 6 to go. Good battle for second. Schilling trying to keep the inside, trying to make that middle line work here. He got a little bit of run out of before, lost it just a touch as the car wiggled left and right, and he keeps Burnside in second, at least for the time being. Now down the backstretch with a good head of steam. Burnside trying to get it back. He goes way outside in 3 and 4. This time Schilling's got it by a full car length. Moved J.J. Schilling to second, Burnside back to third. Derek Failing way out in front. He is starting to reel in the 10 car. Oh, problems behind. Burnside got out of shape. This is going to shake things up. Schilling hangs on to second. Burnside gets it squared away, and he's got third. But here comes Brunner in the 64 all the way up to fourth. Corey Funk in fifth, and David Konjerski went from third all the way back as he's got tons of damage across the front end of the 15 car. He's right in front of Kyle Trito, 6th and 7th. Derek Failing now, as I was getting ready to say before, he has caught a lap car in the heat race. White flag's in the air as he gets around Tony Ichkowski. Derek Failing is going to win heat race number 2 easily here over J.J. Schilling. She comes out in a 4 checkered flag over the field. Schilling second. Burnside looks like the 55 car going to hang on to third. A little bit of contact, 4th and 5th. Brunner and then Funk in that order. We'll see Konjerski, Trito, Ichkowski, and Brees in the B main. So never a dull moment. So we get ready to run down the starting lineup for heat race number 3. Ryan Fisher, the Pinkala Auto Solutions number 41 from Oak Creek, Wisconsin on your pole. On the outside of him in the 051 going to be Mark Spittelmeister. Row 2 inside the Shark RC car bodies, number 112 from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, Chris Johnson. And on his outside, another Shark RC bodies machine is Gross Racing, number 14 from Hartford, Wisconsin, Andy Gross. Third row inside the I-94 Raceway, number 17 from Slinger, Wisconsin, Dean Burnt. And on the outside of him, the Extreme Speed Cyclone Motorsports, number 16 from Racine, Wisconsin, Randy Nicholas. Row 4 inside the 007 of Ashton Wheeler. On the outside of him, Dean Walick in the 126. So, lights off on the pace truck. Green flag about to be displayed. Final heat race of the evening. Fisher, Spittelmeister on the front row. Green flags in the air. Ryan Fisher inside. Will he have the spot coming out of 2? A good run as a push from Gross. Got Spittelmeister going down the front stretch, and now side by side through 3 and 4. Who's going to have the advantage on the exit? Ryan Fisher has it at the line for the moment. Spittelmeister, then Gross and Johnson in that order. Now 3 wide down the backstretch. Gross to the top side. Spittelmeister in the middle. Johnson on the bottom into 3. Contact behind that. Nicholas got turned around. They're still 3 wide at the line. Now a little contact, a little push up from the 51 to the 14. Didn't do any good as he loses 2 spots. He's going to go from a battle to second all the way back to 4th as Chris Johnson in the 112. Moves into position number 2 right in front of Andy Gross. And then Mark Spittelmeister in behind that. Battle for the 5th spot for just a second. Dean Burnt is going to come away with that. And then Wheeler, Nicholas, and Walick running behind that. Let's get back to this battle for second. Good run through the corner. Fisher not able to get away from these guys. First 2 heat races, your leader has checked out on everybody. That is not the case, but the front 2 now starting to gap out on third just a little bit. Andy Gross with the 14 car right up against the outside wall. trying to run these front two back down. He's doing a pretty good job. He's gotten himself away from Spittelmeister. It's going to be a 3-car race for the front. Coming down to 3 to go. This time out of turn 4. You see your top 3, 4th place. A good distance back, and it is a long ways from 4th to 5th. So the top 5 pretty secure right now if they can just keep them facing forward. We are down to 2 to go in heat race number 3. Still Fisher, Johnson, and Gross, your top 3. Now Gross takes the 14 car down, hangs the left side tires on the inside of those white implement tires, halfway buried in the ground there to mark the inside part of the track. White flag in the air. Johnson hanging on to second. That time tire over tire, and that gets Gross out of shape. Fisher is easily going to win heat race 3. Chris Johnson in second. Andy Gross third. Mark Spittelmeister are going to make it into the feature directly from the heat race. He finishes 4th in a close race at the end as Dean Burnt in the 17 car caught up, just not able to do anything. He'll finish 5th and go to the feature. Wheeler, Nicholas, and Whalick will be in a remain coming up next. All right, B-Main gridding out on the front stretch. Jason Enoch on the pole with Ashton Wheeler to the outside. Row 2, David Kinjerski and R.J. Tackman side by side. In the 3rd row, inside, Kyle Trito outside, Randy Nicholas. The 4th row, inside, Brandon Hall. On the outside, Tony Iskowski. And on the back row, Dean Whalick will start inside. And Peter Brees will start on the outside of him. Gary Budzine not actually going to be on track. He is still race controlling for these guys. So we will see 10 cars. 5 go to the feature. Everybody else done for the night. All right, green this time out of turn 4. Enoch and Wheeler will get us started.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag into the air. Coming right at you here into turns 1 and 2. Down the back stretch for the first time. Almost 3 wide. Down into turn 3. Enoch has the lead. It is a hornet's nest in behind that, and Enoch got out of shape. That's going to allow the 15th car of Kinjerski to sneak by in the lead, and here comes Tackman. Tackman in the 67 doing what he did in the late models, threading the needle and trying to pick up spots, and he still got second this time, but Enoch back alongside. Now Jason Enoch into the outside wall. Going to keep the 66 car up there against that white concrete barrier. It's not going to help him go faster. Out of shape on the inside. That was Wheeler in the 007 car. Got into Trito just a little bit. Remember, top 5 are all that transfer through. We got a battle for the lead. Tackman now has the inside. What will he do coming out of 4? He'll take the lead away from Kinjerski. Wheeler up to 3rd. Trito in the 33 car is 4th. And Jason Enoch now. That 66 machine sitting on the bubble right in front of Brandon Hull in the 99. We haven't even made it to halfway. Oh, 007 out of shape. That's going to cost him. New top 5. Still Kinjerski and Tackman 1-2. Enoch, Trito, Brandon Hull now, the 99. As the 007 of Wheeler did a 360 on the front stretch. We'll get back to the front right here. These two going at it each and every lap. Kinjerski now about 2 car lengths ahead. She got away from Tackman down the front stretch the last time. Jason Enoch Kyle Trito side by side for third. Out wide goes Enoch. He's going to run it down the hill. Got good speed coming down out of turn 2. Enoch's going to come off the bottom. He's going to have it at the line. He's got third. Trito and Hull, fourth and fifth. Here comes Randy Nicholas, the 16 car, trying to close in on this battle. He's going to run out of time if he doesn't hurry. He's only got 3 laps to go this time by. Kinjerski, Tackman. Now Jason Enoch flashes into third for a split second, but Trito takes it back off the bottom. Final 3 transfer spots right there on your screen. Top 2 have already gone and seen the 2 to go signal. Trito, Hull, Enoch, your top 5 behind Kinjerski and Tackman. White flag in the air. B main coming to a close. Kinjerski, with lap traffic in front. He goes to the inside. Tackman went to the high side. Tackman's going to get into Ichkowski. Doesn't matter. Kinjerski, Tackman, Trito, Enoch, and Hull going to the feature. Everybody else going to be done for the night. Ichkowski almost got your second place car there. So our 20-car field is set. We're going to get ready to go directly to our feature race. 35 laps. It'll be Blake Johnson on the pole with Andy Gross to his outside. John Burnside inside row 2 with Ricky Johnson on the outside of him. Third row, Chris Johnson and J.J. Schilling inside and out. Reed Rundle will start inside row 4 with Ryan Fisher on his outside. Derek Failing in the inside of row 5 with Nick Sobiek on the outside of him. Randy Brunner starts inside row 6 with Mark Spittlemeyer starting in the 12th position. 7th row inside, Steve Nicholas, the 7 car. The outside, Corey Funk. Row 8, Dean Burnt, the 17 inside. David Kinjerski, you just saw him come through from the B main on the outside. And the 9th row will be RJ Tackman and Kyle Trito inside out. And then Jason Enoch inside row number 10 with Brandon Hall on the outside of that row. So lights on. Street stocks ready to go. Lights off on the pace truck now. We're going green out of 4 for 35 laps. Blake Johnson. Andy Gross. Johnny on the spot with the restarts. He may be the best guy in the room on starts and restarts. He is going to have the lead down the backstretch into turn 3. Blake Johnson, John Burnside, and J.J. Schilling, your top 4 the first time around. Chris Johnson, then a host of others. Fisher's in there, Sobiek's in there. There's Spittlemeister and Johnson getting together. Derek Failing already a lap down as there's problems. Ricky Johnson now into the infield barrier. 7 car Steve Nicholas looks like he was backwards down the backstretch. Maybe got into the opening down there in 3. This is Ricky Johnson and Spittlemeister right there together. That's what got the 7 cars. He backs it out there to the gate. So we'll let them get this sorted out. Figure out what the running order is going to be. All right, lights off on the pace truck, going back to green. Gross and Johnson just inside out now instead of outside in. And then Schilling and Burnside in row 2. Johnson and Rundle row 3.
Green.
Green flag back in the air. 00 car. Blake Johnson got a push from J&J Schilling, and he's going to go into 1 and 2. Come out of there maybe with the lead. Got that car just a little out of shape that time. He tries to go up the hill, get the big run down the front stretch, but Gross is right there, and Andy Gross leads another lap. 3, 4, and 5 wide. Reed Rundle backwards. We're going to see a caution here.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Chris Johnson back in the 112 car down the backstretch. I know I saw Rundle get sideways, and I think Johnson got turned around on the inside. Oh, a little help from the 55 there did Reed Rundle. 55 car up and over. He may get pushed around till he lands back on his wheels. Chris Johnson was also into a piece of this. Completely unrelated incident, I believe. She goes down, got chopped down on just a little bit by the 14 car of Andy Gross. So the left front of the 112 car mashed in pretty good. So it looks like Johnson, Schilling. Gross is all the way back into third. Corey Funk in fourth. RJ Tackman, Ryan Fisher, your top 6 right now. Sobiek, Hull, Trito, Rundle, your top 10 as Reed Rundle got the car righted and was able to keep it inside the top 10. Points leader on the outside of the front row right now. So we get ready for the restart.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Schilling off that outside. Got a great start. He's going to have the momentum coming out of 2. Big run down the backstretch. Gross gets held up. Bumper checks. Blake Johnson. Johnson slides wide out of 4. That's going to open up the inside for Gross. There's a run down the backstretch. A 00 car. Able to hang on to second by half a car. They got Gross put down on the bottom. Now Johnson out of shape. He gives up the spot.
Caution is out. Caution
May
is out.
have to give it back because we've got another caution. Going to see if Trito maybe got that 33 car sideways or maybe even had help down here in turn 3 and 4. Yeah, gets into the side of Sobiek. Just a quick 360. So much for the cone. No need to worry about the rubber cone there. It's just there for decoration anyway. So Schilling's got the lead. It looks like Gross is up to second. Johnson third. Tackman fourth. Funk fifth. Sobiek, Fisher, Rundle, Hall, and Spittelmeister inside the top 10.
Green flag, green flag.
J.J. Schilling, Andy Gross off the front row and a good start for both drivers. Now Schilling off the bottom side. Can he hang on to the lead? The outside has had the advantage each and every start. Schilling not willing to just roll over and give it to Gross yet. He's keeping the 1 car in healthy position down here on the bottom. Just too much momentum off the top side that time as Gross able to power by and take the lead coming out of 4. So Gross, Schilling, then Blake Johnson, RJ Tackman in 4th, and it is a monster mess behind that. Fisher, Sobiek, Rundle, almost 3 wide battle, and there's 2 behind them, Funk and Hall. That's 9 of your top 10 cars right there. Fisher trying to keep the 41 down on the bottom. A little bit of a bump with the 43 of Rundle. That opens the door for Rundle to move into 6th. Now Rundle working on Sobiek for 5th. Still battling hard at the front until Schilling finds the outside wall in 2. That opens up a big gap for Andy Gross now in the 14 car. Blake Johnson still third. Tackman. Here comes the Rundle. Rundle had a peek down the inside. I don't know if he got there or not, but he may have gotten around Sobiek. before that caution came out, put himself in the top 5. We're going to get back here, take a look at the 15 of Kinjerski. Oh, yeah. Looks like he's out of shape. Out of 2. This is going into 3 and 4 in the previous lap. Oh, big contact there. Trito, Brunner, Chris Johnson in this. Now more contact. That's a 55 car of Burnside. And off the nose, just pushed to the outside. No heavy contact with anything solid. So Gross, Schilling, Johnson, Tackman, Rundle, Sobiek, Fisher, Hull, Spittelmeister, and now Corey Funk, your 10th place car. Cletus, apparently in this series, they do count them. They are talking about doing different things, maybe turning that off so that they don't count. But right now, this is how this series wants to run things. And I am all for them doing whatever they want to do. All right, side by side for the restart. 11 laps to go. Schilling and Gross side by side here.
Green, green, green.
Good start, little bumping, grinding. I think Gross got a better start on the inside than anybody has all night long. We'll see what he does down the backstretch. Excuse me. As he comes away with the lead. Schilling with a bigger run off the top of 2. Can he do something out of 4 here? Clips the fence a little, now goes inside. Shows the 14. The right-hand door got right to him right there, but wasn't able to do anything with it.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution in behind again. 15 car of Kinjerski backwards again. He and Trito very close together, and Brunner right in there too. This time Enoch gets sideways between Johnson and Brunner. And then down to the bottom, and once again, slight contact, but it's enough to bring out a caution. So just your standard Sunday night street stocks anywhere in the country. Little fender bending, trait, painting, the whole schmear. Finding the fence, finding the infield tires. Gross and Schilling going to give us a restart. 6 to go.
Green, green, green.
Schilling, not a good start once again on the outside. He got a little push from Tackman. Not enough to do anything with. I don't think he's going to have the bigger run out of 2 as he gets the car sideways. Now gets turned across the nose of Rundle.
All right, man.
Caution. We saw it happening. There was no way that wasn't going to happen. J.J. Schilling in the 1 car. Got it out of shape coming out of 2. Tackman got into the left rear. That turns around Fisher as well as he checked up for what was going on and got turned from behind. Let's see, Ryan Fisher shakes out just in front of or just behind Schilling, maybe right side by side. Now he's going to be put in front, the 41 in front of the 1 car. So we're going to get at least one more restart out of this deal. Andy Gross, Blake Johnson, Nick Sobiek, your top 3. Then Tackman and Rundle. And Brandon Hull, the 99 car, your top 6. Johnson was giving Gross all he wanted off the front row on the early restarts. We'll see if he can get another good restart here. Maybe the front row show us a little something.
Green flag, green flag.
Gets a pretty good run off the top side. He's a little closer than Schilling has been the last couple. Now finds the fence. That's going to open the door for Gross down the backstretch. Here comes Sobiek. Contact with the 00 car. Right now, down to the white flag. Andy Gross in front. Blake Johnson. Nick Sobiek. Reed Rundle gets around Tackman. He's into 4th. Final lap down to 3 and 4. Gross is going to go 2 for 2 tonight. Pick up the win here in the street stocks as well. Who's it going to be for second? At the line, Blake Johnson. And then Nick Sobiak, Reed Rundle, and R.J. Tackman in that order. So Andy Gross once again picking up another win. Sweeps the night here for Hales Corners. We'll get some of these guys out of here. We'll see what we can do with this shot right here. Should it be enough to get us going right here? Get the guys moved around into the spaces where they should be. Waiting to see if Andy Gross shows up in the chat. So far, we have not been able to interview the driver of the 14. He's won a couple of races around here, but no interviews for him. We're going to talk to Nick Sobiak. Nick, you there?
Yep.
Well, man, another good run for that 23 car. You bring it home on the bottom step of the podium. Talk to us about this feature and the run you just had right there.
Yeah, we ran really good. Coming from 10th to 3rd, I think that was a pretty good finish for me. I don't really run here often, so I feel like I did pretty good.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of paint trading and fender bending going on out there tonight. Just how tough was it to avoid some of that stuff?
It was pretty hard. I kind of stayed on the top side, avoided a few wrecks, which kind of helped me. Coming to the cautions, I think I moved from 5th to 3rd and just kind of stayed there.
Well, a great run for you, man. Probably still going to have the points lead, I would imagine, since you finished in front of Mr. Rundle there. So, 3-4 weeks into this thing and the points lead. Cruise control, and you're going to keep trying to grind on Mr. Rundle.
Yeah, I hope we continue how we are going right now. Hope we're doing pretty good. So,
all right, man. Well, give us a list of your sponsors, some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a great run tonight, bud.
I want to give a huge thanks to Faster Motors, VLR Chassis, ROV, EVS Performance, and everyone out there.
All right, man. Good luck. Catch you next week. I think we're back to doing street stocks before late models, possibly.
10-4.
All right, Nick Sobiak, your third place finisher. Let's talk to Blake Johnson. He finishes second tonight. Blake, you there, bud?
Yeah, I got you, Roger. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. You start on the pole. You finished second tonight, and you had several restarts there where you put all the pressure that anyone could want on the pole sitter, man. Talk to us about that last one. Didn't quite work out in your favor.
No, Roger, I fenced it on that restart. I wanted to keep it clean. You got to keep it clean on these restarts to have anything for Andy. He's so smooth when he gets on the bottom when it's slick like this.
Yeah, he was getting better restarts off the bottom than just about anybody all night long, but you were doing a masterful job on the top until that very last one. You still come home second, man. How tough was the feature with as tight as everybody was racing?
Well, these bull rings, you can throw just about the whole field under a blanket. Got to run clean, got to run smart, avoid the wrecks. Other than that, I just wanted to stay up on the top side where I'm real comfortable and wait for the racetrack to come to me.
All right, man. You got some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here and celebrate.
Yep. First, I want to shout out my little sister, Madison. She's watching at home. Thanks to Kiersik Electric, Lampstand Photography, Black Sheep Graphics. They make all this real fun to do.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you next week, bud.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Blake Johnson, your second place finisher. We are not going to get to speak to Mr. Gross again. Just not in the cards to talk to the driver of the 14 car, it looks like. But he does it again. Sweeps the night, wins in the late models, comes in here and wins in the street stocks. Been tough the last couple of weeks to get anybody out in front of the 14 car and keep them there. So we'll watch him as he makes his way up through the point standings. But another great run for that Traxxas machine. A fantastic night of racing for these guys. They did it into the bull ring, and I'm sure some of them are glad this one's going to be behind them. There was a lot of bent cars at the end of the night, but that's what you're going to have sometimes when you get on these tiny little third-mile tracks. everybody's in close quarters. It was a great night of racing. We appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Thank you very much. Do not forget, we are off tomorrow night. We will be back with the Sim 500 guys Tuesday night. Do believe that is going to be a late model race. So be sure that you have clicked like, share, follow, or subscribe. You'll know we go live again. But for myself here, Dominic Santina and KR Stolfus at the Dirt Racing Network, guys, we appreciate every minute that you spend with us. We know you can do anything you want. You choose to watch these races with us, and we do appreciate it. Till we see you the next time, everybody keep it